What's up, y'all? Stayed on my aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Listen, man. I've been thinking, what the hell is gangster for real, for real? What does gangster mean? Because as a 30-year-old man with kids, and I'm thinking about what I would consider to be the most gangster things I ever done or the most gangster things I ever seen, I don't really consider it to be gangster unless it was like me being the underdog in a situation and getting a W. Other than that, what's really gangster? Is selling drugs gangster? Is shooting your own people gangster? Is staying in the hood your whole life that you grew up in gangster? Is beating on your woman when you feel like she need to be checked, is that gangster? What's gangster? Robbing people? As black men, we gotta realize that what we consider to be gangster is all the things that's bad for our community, for real, for real. Like, what is gangster? You know what I'm saying? As I'm thinking about the gangster things, quote unquote, that I did on Rikers Island, and the gangster things that I seen is like, none of that was really gangster. I was participating in the oppression of my own people, man. Like, extorting your own people is not gangster. Extortion itself is not gangster. Jumping people instead of giving them the fade is not gangster. Now, standing up for yourself and taking a fade one-on-one, whether you win or lose, that's gangster. Taking care of your kids even if you're not the best parent in the world and you don't have custody, but showing that you care. Spending the money when you got it. You could say that's gangster, but I wouldn't say that's gangster. I would say that's being a real man. Like I said, extortion is not gangster. Running a crib and then snitching on your opposition to the police because they a big threat, which a lot of niggas did, that's not gangster, that's pussy. What's gangster? Somebody gotta let me know, man. What is gangster, and why do we care so much about being gangster? Why do we care so much about being tough? Why do we care so much? Somebody gotta let me know, because it seems like black men are wasting their lives and having their lives taken away from them over, quote unquote, being gangster. A lot of dudes are snitching once they realize that the time is setting in and they about to do football numbers, they telling. So that erases every quote unquote gangster thing that you ever did. What is gangster? Do we need to be gangster? For the women. In the communities that we come from. Is the fact that the man you like is a bully, he sells drugs and he shoots people, that really gets y'all wet? A lot of times, that's just the best y'all could do. You can't do no better. What is gangster, man? I realize that the quote-unquote tough things that we do in jail, that we do to our people, the negative things we consider to be gangster. But it's not gangster. It's a demonstration of self-hate. I'm gonna extend this video, man. For real. Somebody tell me, what is gangster, and why should being gangster be held in such a high regard in the black community? I need to know. What is gangster? Going to jail and not snitching, but going to jail is gangster? Being a gang member, that's gangster? Not getting at least a high school diploma and having a plan, is that gangster? A lot of dudes, usually the dudes who stay in the hood, right, past 30, not all, but I'm going to say 90%, they living off some type of woman. Because a man that's a man with a vision, his vision goes beyond the hood that he grows up in, so he leaves. Especially when you start making a considerable amount of money. So what's gangster? What's gangster? You know what I'm saying? On Rikers Island, we took dudes Frosted Flakes and they muffins and beat them up if they didn't give it to us. That wasn't gangster. That was oppressive. It was bullying. It wasn't cool. What is gangster? What should be and what should not be considered gangster, right? And do we necessarily need any more gangsters in our community? Do we need any more? Like, we in a bad place, man. We in a bad place. Like, black people, I understand that black on black crime is technically not a thing, and I had a post that I put up that I erased. That I took down, explaining that black on black crime is not a thing, but technically, look, it's not a thing, but it is a thing. We're dying. We just stuck in the matrix, man. It's like, if you watching this video right now, who black that you know works for a gun factory or knows how to physically create a gun and weld together a gun? And who black that you know owns a gun store? Where are we getting all these guns from that we able to kill each other at such a high rate? You gotta understand, man. Like, they hitting us with the okie doke, and we falling for it. And everything bad that we do to each other, we call gangster. Why though? Do we need gangsters? I don't think we need any more gangsters. I don't think we need any more gangsters. I don't think we need any more NFL players. I don't think we need any more basketball players. We could use a couple more baseball players and soccer players. You know what I'm saying? We could. We could use a couple more hockey players. You know what I'm saying? Just to get in there and take over like we do everything. But we don't need no more gangsters. We don't need no more drug dealers. We don't need no more gang members. We don't need any more welfare recipients. We don't need it. What we need is more scientists, more engineers, more entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We don't need any more gangsters. Like, what is gangster? What is gangster? Being a gang member and then your kid growing up from birth and you got them throwing up gang signs and that's all they know. And then when you as the father or sometimes mother go to jail for doing some gangster stuff, your kids emulate that and they want to be that. What is gangster, man? Nothing that's considered gangster on Rikers Island is actually gangster. It's literally just oppression and self-hate. Nothing that we consider to be gangster out in the street is anything more than oppression or self-hate. So I, as a black man, I vote that we make being gangster not cool. Not cool. Period. Peace.